Alright guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Actuality. Today we are gonna see some inventions that failed to see daylight. If you wanna know what those inventions were, watch this video till the end. Now without any delay, let's get started. We as kids might have probably been fascinated when we were visiting the circus, and the Joker there would perform some tricks on the monorail. Well, some people felt that introducing the mono wheel to the public might mean a few bucks for them, but little did they know that they were wrong. Although most of us chose to travel on two or four wheels, some inventors have been pushing for us to adopt a single wheel vehicle since as far back as 1869 when the first mono wheel appeared. Of course, with other forms of transports being safer, quieter, and easier to pilot, it doesn't appear that the mono wheel will be breaking into the mainstream anytime soon. Smoking may be past today, but in 1931, it was just a normal part of life. As such, it was fraught with dangers like cigarettes that got soggy in the rain. A circus clown came up with a solution, and I don't know whether I should call it crazy or brilliant, but here it is. A tiny umbrella at the end of a cigarette holder that lets smokers puff away without fear of the weather. Trying to solve the problem of making copies of the same document in an efficient manner, Edison came up with an electric pen. The device, powered by a battery and small motor, punched small holes through the paper to create a stencil of the document you were creating on wax paper and make copies by rolling ink over it. Unfortunately, the pens weren't, as we say now, user-friendly. The battery required maintenance, the $30 price tag was steep, and they were noisy. Edison ultimately abandoned the project. Before military planes were robust enough to carry tanks to their destinations, military bigwigs had a brilliant idea: put wings on the tanks. They could be towed directly into the battle zone and easily flown to exactly the right spot. Although initial tests were successful, the winged tanks never made it into popular use. Better planes were developed first and are still used today to airdrop tanks at their destinations. So, this invention didn't technically fail, as Amazon still sells a model of it for 24.99 US dollars, but it sums up invention craze in the 1950s. Everyone was obsessed with coming up with the best ways to speed up their daily lives, or maybe just make them feel like they were living in the future. But this device does neither. It actually feels like we could just dry our hair in much lesser time, and sitting idly for your hair to dry under the device felt boring for most users. This invention did see the daylight, but wasn't much appreciated by users, and hence I had to put it in this list. How many of us have dreamed about going on water on a car? Well, I don't know about you, but I certainly did think about that when I was a kid. Well, boat cars are still around today, but many in the mid 1900s thought that they were gonna be the future. And judging by the lack of boat cars on the roads, that doesn't look like it happened. For now, this invention has been relegated back to novelty collectors or those who just wanna spend their extra cash on the floating car. This invention was the brainchild of German designers Tom Hambrock and Ulrich Spetter, but never got going for obvious reasons. This cycle called fleece was to be operated without the pedals, gears or a saddle. The cycle was composed of lightweight frame and the rider was supposed to be suspended in the air, dangling between the two wheels while powering the cycle with his feet. Besides an unusual appearance, the functionality and the concept of transport is lost at this one as the rider is carrying the cycle rather than the cycle carrying the rider and is highly uncomfortable and exhausting to use. The robot Readomatic, invented in 1963, was meant to help slow readers improve their pace by revealing one line of text at a time. The arm would move at the pace set by the user to help him or her stay focused on the reading. Oddly, the device looks like it should be the other way around so that the big supporting arm doesn't get in the way. We have to wonder if that bizarrely obvious design flaw had anything to do with the fact that the robot Readomatic was never widely adopted. So, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video but also learned a thing or two. If you liked this video, make sure you smash that like button and comment below in the comment section which failed invention made you go bonkers. For our subscribers, thank you for supporting us, and for the rest, make sure you subscribe to our channel for more videos and updates. See you guys next week with another amazing video. The most luckiest people on earth ever. Until then, take care, love you and goodbye.